I'm James Young. I'm a member and director of Piano Circus. So Piano Circus were incredibly honoured to be invited for a week-long residency at Snape Maltings. The piece that started the whole story of Piano Circus was Reich's piece for 6 pianos.
My name is Dawn Hardwick and I am one of the members and one of the directors of Piano Circus. To me, it's absolutely invaluable, and I know it was to the rest of the group as well when we discussed it before it happened, who we were going to invite to help us with this piece that has become our calling card. James and I from the group met Michaela whilst we were working with the Colin Curry group, and we decided then and there that she was going to be the 7th pair of ears and that we absolutely needed her.
We realised that this would be the perfect opportunity to get information directly from the composer via Michaela. We were absolutely bowled over by her sensitivity, but also her directness and her straightforwardness in understanding exactly what was necessary to make the audience experience of the piece the most complete that is possible.
I'm Michaela Haslam, Director of Synergy Vocals and Rehearsal Coach for Music by Steve Reich. Dawn Hardwick very kindly invited me to come and work with them this week, and it's been a huge pleasure. It's wonderful to be invited to an environment like this where you've got 6 Yamaha pianos all set up ready in this fantastic hall where you can just go in and work. It's just been so rewarding for me to bounce ideas off these fantastic players, all of whom can just change what they're doing in an instant.
She has an incredibly deep insight into the way that the music works, the way that rhythm is felt, the way that phrasing happens. It's really revolutionised the way that we approach the piece. I mean, we will never ever play it the same way again. And the group has been playing the piece for 30 years, so it's quite an extraordinary feeling to have the piece ripped apart and then put back together again in a way that everything is alive. Like all of the 6 members of the group are alive in a way that they've never been before. It's been the most intense week. I couldn't have imagined how intense the week has been. It's been fantastic. We've had John Psathis with us, Graham Fitkin with us. Both of their musics are extremely intense, very physically demanding, and mentally demanding. They're both wizards of rhythm and polyrhythm. We have been really put through our paces, listening to things in a new way. Graham, again, has completely revolutionised the way that we approach his music.
My name is Graham Fitkin. I'm a composer and I wrote 3 pieces for Piano Circus called Log, Line and Loud. In the 90s I was interested in monotimbral ensembles, and so Piano Circus asked me to write one piece for them initially called Loud. I approached that in a similar way. I liked the fact that there were 6 of an identical instrument. It's fantastic hearing these pieces actually on real pianos, because that's what I wrote them for.
Incredibly grateful to Snape, Yamaha and Markson Pianos who've helped us so much to create this incredible environment where we can do all of this work.
Line was the slow one. It's a much more sustained piece. final piece, Log, sort of involves elements of both pieces, because Loud is punchy, sharp, loud, staccato. Line is very sustained, and Log has elements of both, so it was a sort of tying the three things together.
My name is John Psathis, and I'm a composer from New Zealand and a professor of composition at the New Zealand School of Music at Victoria University. I've come to the UK from New Zealand for 3 months specifically to work with Piano Circus. Dawn from the group got in touch with me, and I was immediately caught up by the potential of working with such a group. You know, you think 12 hands, all of those keys on the piano, and it's a kind of domain of exploration that I hadn't really imagined before. And so by the time it became a serious conversation, I had already thought so many things that I would love to explore and realise through the ensemble, especially with using a backing track and all of that potential that's there as well. So this piece really explores a concept in the film Planetary. There are 3 potential ways we might tell our future story. One is business as usual, in which we just continue to do what we're doing and essentially end ourselves. The other is the great unravelling, which is a story about what the cost is of all of this. And the third idea is one of the great turning, which is that this evolutionary pressure that we have to save ourselves creates a kind of revolution, and we find a way out. One of the things that really moves me about the group is how the forces at work inside and outside of the group are very intense, and yet it doesn't diminish what I think of as a real authenticity about this ensemble and a kind of a truthfulness to what it is that they're pursuing.
They're each individually very good pianists, but the really important thing is with these pieces you need to work as a unit together. Otherwise it's just not going to work, and they do.
This is about the people who are playing the music. And the wonderful thing about Piano Circus is that you have different characters swapping roles, so that someone does a build-up, someone else does a build-up, and each one will change personality. And that's what this is about. It's chamber music. It's the ultimate chamber music. No one's in charge, or rather everyone's in charge, so that the roles of the players change and their functions in the group change, and the personality of the music therefore changes.
The composers can say one thing and suddenly everything changes. The whole thing sounds different. Things become so much more brightly coloured when there's a composer standing there who really knows the sound that they want. Not all composers do, but these composers really do, and it's fantastic.